Hi, so what I got here is the Chinese checkers set by Cardinal. And the reason why I got this was because it was compact, it fits in this small tin, and there's actually storage. So one of my concerns was really about storage and that it was compact. Now I want to show you the quality of this and also the pieces that are involved. So I can say that the board itself is actually very cheap and flimsy, which is a little bit disappointing. But what I did like about this was that it did come with a tin, and the tin actually has storage that can fit other stuff. So it could fit this board, but this board only takes up about 5% of the tin itself. So I could put cards, I could put you know, a bunch of playing cards in here, for example. It does come with an instruction manual, but if you've played Chinese checkers, you pretty much know how to play it. And it does come with the 60 pieces here. Now I do want to show you up close the quality of the pieces itself. So the pieces here are fairly flimsy, and you could see how they're hollow, but at the same time, unlike marbles, they actually have a good handle to it. So with the marbles, sometimes you're holding a round thing and it slips a little bit, whereas this, you're holding it like this and you're moving the pieces, and you actually have to do that because the way this board is actually designed is that it flips in 4 sections, and so you know it bounces a little bit. As you can see, it takes a while to make it flat, but that's okay. It doesn't take a lot of effort, but it's very thin. It's not the thickness of a Monopoly board. So a Monopoly board is, you know, a good 1/8 inch or a little bit under a 1/4 inch, maybe not a 1/4 inch thick, but it actually folds very nicely and it actually lays flat. This thing doesn't lay flat until you bend it a certain way. Bend it the opposite way that it was bent so that it's flat. So that's one of the drawbacks of this particular board here. And once again, I'm just showing you the pieces and just the pros and cons with the pieces being, you know, fairly cheap. It is light plastic. There are 60 pieces. Each triangle here actually has 10 Chinese checker pieces. So it comes out to 60. 6 people can play at one time. This board itself is 12 inches by 12 inches. So it is a fairly decent size. And I would say it's probably about the right size that you would want it to be compact. And let me just zoom in here and, you know, give you a better look. So you can see the board, you can see the creases that I'm talking about. And I will fold up the board later on to give you a sense of exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the how flat the board can be laid out. Give you a sense of how this stores. So the board, you know, comes up just like this, and it folds up, and you can see it does have creases. And I'm going to put it in this tin now. You can see it doesn't take much room. So that's what I mean by you could put cards and playing cards in here, and these are the playing pieces, and they fit it right in here. So there's a lot of empty space for the storage. And let me just show you here, just a flipping back out. So it is fairly flimsy. You could see it's more like, you know, a thin piece of cardboard. And as I mentioned, it is not nearly as thick as a Monopoly board, which is what I was hoping for, because then you know, it would be a lot more stable when you're laying it flat to be played with. You know, that the pieces won't fall off or wobble off. And you could see, you know, with some of these creases, you know, if you have a peg that is right in the middle of the crease, it's going to wobble a little bit, so that's a little bit of the problem with this board. But on the other hand, as I mentioned, it is compact. And there you go. I hope this helps, and please subscribe, and thank you for watching.